Now the topic before us is understanding the distinction domestic currency versus foreign currency. Normally, we say that domestic currency is the currency of my own country. Currency of my own country. For example, if I live in India, here the currency which has been issued by the government or the central bank is known as Indian rupee. So in India, Indian rupee is the domestic currency. If I was living in, say, USA, then the domestic currency would have been US dollar. So in this way, the domestic currency differs from country to country. Each country has its own currency. Any other currency which is other than the domestic currency is known as foreign currency. But here is a twist. Suppose my own country is India. Suppose I, for study or for job or for some travel purpose or business purpose, I visit, say, USA. Then what is the position? That is, though I am the permanent resident of India, I want to study for some years in USA, or I have got a job in USA and I will stay there for some years, or for some days I am visiting USA for travel purpose or for some business purpose. Then what is the position of domestic currency? If we say that domestic currency is the currency which is the currency of my own country, so when we are in USA, that is when we are in foreign, the domestic currency will remain the same, whether INR will be the same, Indian rupee will be the currency which I will call my domestic currency. No, when I have shifted or when I am residing in a particular country, the currency of that country will be called domestic currency. That is, when I am in USA and I am residing there for 1 day, 2 day, or some years, then the domestic currency or the currency of that country which has been issued by that government will be regarded as domestic currency, and in that case, Indian rupee will be regarded as foreign currency. So this is the main distinction. Now we will have what is the definition of domestic currency. Domestic currency is the official currency issued by the government or central bank of the country where you currently reside. Domestic currency is the legal tender for all the transactions within that country's borders and is readily accepted by business and individuals. What is the meaning of legal tender? Legal tender means the currency which has been issued by the government or central bank of the country, and it has been mandated that all the residents of the country must accept that currency for all type of transactions, including payment of tax and purchase and sale of goods. So domestic currency is the legal tender within the boundaries of that country. The country, the government which has issued that currency, that is in India, Indian rupee is the legal tender. Indian rupee has been issued by the government of India or central bank, that is the Reserve Bank of India. So all the residents of India have to compulsorily accept this currency, that is the Indian rupee, for all type of sale and purchase of goods. No person can refuse to accept the legal tender if it does so, then it can be prosecuted by the state. Any other currency, if we are living in India, any other currency other than Indian rupee will be regarded as foreign currency in India. So in the same way, if we are in USA, any currency other than US dollars will be regarded as foreign currency. So foreign currency is the currency of any country other than the domestic currency of a given country. So in India, domestic currency is Indian rupee, and any currency other than Indian rupee is foreign currency. Examples of foreign currency in India include dollars, it may be US dollars, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, pounds, rubles, yen, yuan, euro, or dinar. We may add that US dollar is the most popular currency in the world, and Kuwaiti dinar is the very expensive. It is round about one dinar, one Kuwaiti dinar is equal to say approximately 260. Approximately somewhere figure is this 269.09. This is the Kuwaiti dinar. So in terms of value, Kuwaiti dinar is the world's valuable currency, and in terms of strongest currency, US dollar is the strong currency. Though other currencies are also there, but US dollar is mostly accepted for international trade. We have already answered this question that if I relocate from India to USA, then what would be my domestic currency? Then the domestic currency would become the US dollar, which has been issued by the government of USA. Next is, in which currency foreign trade happens? When we do import and export of goods, then whether the same will happen in domestic currency. For example, if we are in India, whether export and import will happen in Indian rupee, or it will happen in some other currency, say US dollar or some other. We will read it. Foreign currency can foreign trade can happen in various currencies, not just a single one. It may happen that we may be say doing trade with USA. What may happen? It may happen that the Indian importer may ask for that I will accept only US dollars or any other currency. It is possible. It may also happen that if export is done by USA, they will say that they will accept from USA we are doing import to India. So here USA is exporter, India is importer. So the businessman in USA may say that they will accept payment in return of goods only in the form of US dollars or any other currency. If we are say doing trade with say Sri Lanka, then we may say that we will accept payment only in Indian rupee or in US dollars or in any other currency which the businessmen of both sides may agree. So businesses involved in trade can negotiate and agree on the currency they will use for the transaction. It sometimes there are also trade agreements between the countries that for the purpose of paying importance to their respective currency of the country, they may enter into trade agreement that they will accept the currency of the other country for import or export. But it is generally not of binding nature. The businesses may agree with each other that they may accept the currency of the other country, of the importer country, or the currency of the exporter country, or any other third currency which may be US dollars. This could be the domestic currency of the either party. For example, if it is India, it will be in INR. If it is USA, it is will be in US dollars. So payment can be made in Indian rupee or US dollars, or a neutral third party currency, or any other currency which may not exist, which may not be one of these of the exporter or the importer country. It does not belong to both these countries, but it may be some third currency, say Japanese yen, or often a major currency. Mostly it happens that when the businesses say that the currency of both the countries will not be accepted, neither importer country nor exporter country. The trade will not happen in both the currencies. It will happen in third currency. Then mostly, what is the third currency? Third currency is normally the US dollar or euro, or even a combination of currencies. US dollar is dominant currency which is widely used for foreign trade. It is not that US dollar is the only currency which is used in foreign trade. Other currencies are also very important or play an important role in the forex market in import and export. Other prominent currencies are euro, Japanese yen, British pound, Chinese yuan, ruble also. Two countries can enter into an agreement to promote trade in a domestic currency. Example of the same is given that two countries, China and Russia, have entered into an agreement so that they may promote their domestic currency. So the name of the agreement is China Russia Yuan Ruble Agreement. What is this agreement for? This agreement encourages the use of exporters' domestic currency. It means that if, say, from China, goods are being sent to Russia, so here exporter is China. So here the Chinese currency will have to be paid by Russia. If Russia, if the goods are being sent from China, Russia to China, here if the exporter is Russia, then in that case the businessman from China will have to pay for import in the form of ruble, that is the currency of Russia. However, it is not binding that in the case of China Russia Yuan Ruble Agreement, it is not binding that only the export will take place in exchange of exporter's domestic currency. It is not that. Businesses may agree with one another that they may accept any other currency or importer's currency. It may happen. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.